Good morning, children. So already we have started a chapter called heat. You know very well. Okay. We'll recap. We'll take some recap. Then we will go to main chapter. What is heat? You know very well. Heat is a form of energy. Okay. So again, the measure of hotness of an object is called temperature. Okay. So this temperature is measured by an instrument called thermometer, and this thermometer is of two types. One is clinical thermometer, okay, and another is, as is already known, laboratory thermometer. Okay. So clinical thermometer is usually used to measure the temperature of hotness or coldness of human beings. In hospital center we use that. Okay. So laboratory thermometers are used in laboratories and even measuring temperature of particular cities or in particular locality and all. Okay. So the unit of measurement of heat is generally it is Celsius or Fahrenheit. Okay. It is in brief. Okay. So this mercury is one of the important part present at the bulb of thermometer, and we use mercury because this is the only metal which is a liquid state, and it is a good conductor of heat because metals are good conductor of heat, and it will not stick to any part of the glass. That is why we are using mercury instead of other liquids. We use mercury. But if you take other liquids, many of them will, what happens? They will stick to the glass, is inner part of the glass. But this mercury is advantageous, it will not stick. Okay. So I think we have started one more concept called transfer of heat. So heat is transferred from one part of the body to the other part. Okay. So one example already you might have discussed. You take a roller or scale, we say. Okay. Scale, and at this end, so this is scale. You fix one candle. So here candle heat. Okay. So here this part you can attach some substances like candle wax also is possible. Okay. So when you start heating, these all will not fall down at a time. First this will fall down. Second this will fall down. Third this will fall down. Means this shows transfer of heat through a process called conduction. So movement of heat from one part of the body to the other part in the solids, especially this is in case of solids, okay, is called conduction. Okay. Suppose, and this is possible in the case of metals, especially non-metals, there is no heat transfer. Okay, like if you take wood, okay, wooden stick if you take, and if you try to heat it, it will catch fire, but this will not pass heat because this is a poor conductor of heat. Okay, so generally metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. So non-metals like wood, plastic, thermocol, these all are poor conductors of heat. Okay, even steel spoon also. If you take the steel spoon and heat, if one part of spoon gets heated in this way, if one part of spoon gets heated, okay, so gradually if you start heating here, what happens? The heat passes from this part to this part. Means the heat always passes from hotter object to the colder object, or hotter region to colder region. Okay. and all these substances which will allow the heat to pass through them, they are called conductors. Okay, so examples: metals, okay, like aluminum, iron, copper, silver, gold, they all will allow the heat to pass through them. Okay, and especially this copper, no, copper is a good conductor of heat. That's why these are used to make electrical wires. Okay, so heat passes through that, and even this copper is used to make immersion rods, like heating water rods. Okay, and even aluminum is also good conductor of heat. So mostly all the metals are good conductors of heat, but water and air are poor conductors of heat. Water and air are poor conductors of heat. Okay, so these like plastic, wood, these all materials will not allow the heat to pass through them. That's why they are called poor conductors, or generally they are called insulators. Insulator means what? The which do not allow heat to pass through them. They are called insulators. Okay. So this is one simple experiment which shows transfer of heat through a process called conduction. Okay. Now, one more simple activity I will show it. This I think you might be knowing already in your home. You might be observing here. Okay. So if you take the example of boiling milk in your home, okay, or boiling water, okay. So we take a round bottom flask, like the round bottom flask we take. This is a this is the round bottom flask. Okay, this is round bottom flask. This is called round bottomed flask. Okay, so directly we will not keep it. We will keep over the mesh or net like structure made of a metal will be there. Okay, it is kept here, and this is called tripod stand. Tripod stand. This is called cork. You close this with cork. Okay, and here this will be heat is passed, and this is connected to the burner. Okay, connected to the burner. So here you take water. Okay, so you supply the heat slowly. Okay, so what you do, simple activity also you can do is, you can take okay, so we have taken a round bottom flask, and to this flask you can add 2/3 of water, and you are keeping on the tripod stand, or make some arrangement to place the flask in such a way that you can heat it by placing a candle below it. If you want, you can use candle here and heat it. Okay, so wait till the water in the flask is still, means it will stop still. Place a crystal of potassium permanganate. So what you do, you take a small piece of potassium. This is potassium permanganate. It is a chemical, potassium permanganate. You are kept here. Okay, and this you are keeping at the bottom of the flask. You are keeping at the bottom of the flask. Okay, no worry, you can keep here also. Bottom flask you have kept what? potassium permanganate. Okay. So directly you cannot throw from there. You have to use a what? Straw. You can use a small straw and slowly, gently you will what? Set it inside. Parcel. Okay. Place it. Write your observation in your notebook. So look, this is a diagram you should draw and write the observation. Okay. Now you should write observation in your notebook and also draw a picture of what you observe. You should draw like this and you should start observing. So when the water is heated, what happens? The water near the flame gets hot. First this water there near the flame it will become hot. Okay. You observe like this. So from here hot water rises. Where? Hot water will start moving upper part. Here it starts moving to the upper part. Okay. The cold water from the sides move downwards. When this water is moving up, the side there is cold water. This water which is cold will be moving towards this bottom of the flask. Okay. Or surface of towards the surface of it where the heat is going on take place, it will move, and the water which is hot is moving upwards. This water also get heated and rises from the water from the sides down. So again from this water also will become hot and it will rise up. So this is continuously water is moving from top to bottom. So this process continues till the whole water gets heated. How it will continue? It will continue till the complete water in the flask will get heated. Okay. This mode of heat transfer is called convection. This mode of heat transfer is called convection. Means once this will get heated, this hot molecule will go and beat this, means touch this, and this hot molecule will go and touch the water molecule. So heat will transfer in this way, but the water which is at the cold water which is at the top, it will, side of the flask, it will come down and hot water moves up. Again when this becomes hot, this hot water goes upper part, and wherever this continuous circle is going on. Okay. So how does the heat travel in air? Question is this process where the heat passes in the case of what? Liquid from surface to lower surface to upper surface, from upper surface to lower surface, is that process is called conduction. Okay. Then how does the air heat travel in the air? In which direction does the smoke go? You know very well. Smoke. Suppose there is smoke in your room. Where it goes? Okay. So the air near the heat source gets heated and heat gets hot and rises. Okay. Now the air from the sides comes in it to take its place. Okay. See, suppose I will rub this one and give example of air. Okay. The air near the heat source gets hot, rises and rises. Suppose there is a heat source here. Okay. So the air which is present near the heat source here. If it is there is a heat source, here the air will get heated, and the air from the sides comes its place to take place. Suppose here air will get heated. So this after getting heat, it will move this side. But whatever the air present here, the air present this side. At the side that will come towards heat source from where it comes, and this will go upper part. So in this way heat flows continuously. In this way the air gets heated. The following activity you can confirm. How? Like light a candle, keep on one hand above the flame and one hand at the side of the flame. Okay. In a textbook you can open and check it out. You can understand. Okay. Activity 4.9 and page number 42. Okay. So you are taking a candle, light a candle. Okay, then keep one hand above the flame and one hand on the side of the flame. One hand you are keeping here. One hand you are keeping here like this. Okay. and one hand you are keeping at the side here, this part. Now, do your hands feel equally hot? So one hand when you keep here and one hand you are keeping at the side of the what? Heat. Here you are keeping like this. So do you get the same heat from the candle? And why? What is the reason? So notice that towards the top the air gets heated by convection, and there is a distance between your hand and what? Hot heat source, flame. You cannot touch here. There is a distance. Okay, means you are keeping your hand little far from the source. Okay, so your hand is here. So in this, from here, what happens there? The air moves. See, notice that at the towards the top, the air gets heated by convection. Here, the air actually there is air here. There is air. This air gets heated, and therefore the hand above the flame feels hot first. The one which is near above the flame will feel hot because the air present below our hand will get heated, and due to that we feel hot. On the sides, however, there is no convection. Here heat cannot pass in this way. Like this, it will not pass. Okay, means there is no convection and air does not feel as hot as at the top. So here, even though it is there, but it is not so hot as we feel here. So this is how through the air also heat can pass. Okay.